Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Grumpy Retro Gamers. It's me, Michael Langerbeer.
And I'm fire hopping avoiding Forbes London.
Today we're going to be playing Stuntman on the PS2. Stuntman came out in 2002. We thought it was pretty fantastic back then, didn't we?
We did, yeah. A very impressive looking game for its day. Yeah, I mean, wasn't it done by the driver team?
It was.
Yeah,
because I keep calling it driver, that's my problem as well.
You call it driver 2.5?
Yeah, it's quite similar. But does it hold up to today's standards?
Well, I suppose, really, with all original PS2 software, it can be very difficult in going to one or two categories. Either the games that intentionally tried to look good back in 2001, 2002 don't look great today, or alternatively, some of the games can look pretty impressive. Now, Stuntman's going to be very interesting to see. Now, when you look at the games in the Heritage and Reflection Studios, you have Driver 1 and 2, which Driver 2 pushes the PS1 perhaps a little too far.
Yeah, it does.
The original Driver, perhaps,
amazing.
Yeah, still is okay. Holds up well. It's not really trying to push the hardware too much. So this being an early PS2 game, we might be alright. It's not really stretching the PS2 too much.
I did have a little go on it because it was going to be me playing it, but
yeah,
got a little bit too frustrated with this.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
so, I didn't actually fare much better. Could you tell me what at least the handbrake button is, please?
I do not know.
Alrighty
then. I was pushing a different button every time.
God. My God.
Maybe cycle.
Okay, so we're going to see. This game is incredibly difficult, and it always was. Right. Okay, so we want me to do a handbrake. As soon as I get right there. I don't even know if I did that.
I'm not sure.
I didn't, did I?
I think so, it's not.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Got to avoid a truck that's in here, as we did on our demonstration playthrough.
And you've got to watch out for the car oncoming. There you go.
Okay. Right, okay, so
this is where I went wrong. What's this?
Right, okay. It's relentless. I'm pretty sure that wasn't actually the wrong way. I'm pretty sure that was actually the right way to go. Now, you've got to start the level all over again, which is the main draw of Stuntman, that you don't. It's like old school games, like your old 16-bit games. Once you die, you have to go back and retrace your footsteps once more. Whether you like it, whether you don't. If you're somebody who's not into repetition, do not play this game. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
However, this is only my third attempt, so let's give it another try.
Yeah, about 4 or 5. So yeah, as you can tell by the name Stuntman, it focuses on the career of a motion picture stuntman. Yeah, as he goes through the movies, you basically just got to follow the director of what he's doing, as you can see here.
Does it tie up with any like story or anything like that? Does it give you anything?
I never actually got that far into the game, so I couldn't really tell you.
What about the beginning parts and the levels and stuff? Does it give you anything?
Does it?
Well, you tell me.
I don't think so.
No? I mean, I'm pretty sure the director, the stuntman talks to you, doesn't he, about what he's planning to do on the stunts.
But does it all tie into one? Or is it just random movies and you just got to do stunts in it?
I don't know.
Oh, you done it? Fantastic. Fantastic.
Okay, so that's the first scene. The accuracy bonus I got there was 100%, you would have thought it. Now, as we sort of touched on that, the levels get bigger and bigger and more elaborate, more to the point, as you go. This is really just the taster level of what to expect from the game. Now, pretty sure there's a Dukes of Hazzard level after this one.
Oh, right.
Which gets really, really difficult. You've got to navigate over a train, and you've got explosions going off everywhere. There's one later on which has a tuk-tuk, which is like a little Japanese-style vehicle. We had a new car. Now this car here, I don't know whether intentionally is meant to look like a Capri, but it certainly does look like a
does a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we're in London, toothless and warping, it's car company lads, Capri. Probably might as well wear that then. Your toys. Do you want to give the next stunt a try? Right, yeah, so we've got story mode here, which he's telling us what we're going to be doing next. I believe this is actually a Dukes of Hazzard level. Oh no, actually, no, you have different scenarios of each scene, don't you?
Right. Yeah, I know there's a car chase one that you got to do.
Yeah.
Which was difficult.
I think
very difficult.
I think this is actually still in the Capri.
Oh.
I think. We shall find out. Loading times are okay.
Vince and Ray escaped to the dock.
I think the textures are actually really quite good still. You've got a lot of interaction with people moving around, pigeons and stuff. Presumably they're in the movie.
Props. Prop pigeons.
Yeah. Well done to them. Good for them, you know. Branching out. Could have gone into racing, they didn't. They went into filming.
You know, I've never been enjoying the game at the time, but I'm still not sure if I would, dig it out and play it again.
Really?
What if the boxes?
Just for fact. I think. Playing's pretty tame, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I messed that one up somewhat. Now, sometimes it can be quite difficult when they introduce new buttons that you've got to do. You know, brake, swing around.
Yeah.
That just confuses my 2017 mind. I mean, my 2001, 2002 mind would be like, yeah, alright, fair enough, I can do that. I would have paid 30 quid for this game back in the day, so I'd want to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Now, what you have, the problem with retro games nowadays is some of them that are really difficult, if they're coupled with being a very throwaway price, you're not really that fussed about getting through to the end of the game anyway, because you paid £1 for it.
Yeah.
Back in the day when this was 30 quid, you're going to want to see as much as you can for that 30 quid that you've got.
Yeah, exactly.
So I suppose in that sense it hasn't aged particularly well compared to some other games, like maybe some of the platformers on the PS2 and some of the other racing games that you would think, yeah, I really do want to stick with this and see where it goes. This one, perhaps you've got to really stick with it to see what it's got to offer.
It's a different sort of racing game, though. It's an action adventure racing game.
Yeah, it's trying something different, which is good. I mean, there was nothing like this beforehand. I mean, I suppose the closest thing to this would have been, I don't know, hard driving. And that's nothing like it. Yeah,
I mean, touch on the controls now. On the game itself, if I got out the manual, I couldn't find what button was what.
No.
So I think it's a bit of a problem, really.
This is very true. I mean, we've actually... Where's it going? I think... Oh, down there. Yeah. We've got... Notice how the frame drops for a minute there.
Yeah.
Stop at the end and reverse.
You've got to stop here. I'm on that. Go for this.
Well,
90%. It's not too bad. So you see it's getting progressively harder already. And it doesn't let up. It carries on, carries on, carries on. You have a final scene for each of the levels themselves. So Toothless and Whopping has his own end of scene. And that's particularly hard. But I'm enjoying it, I've got to say. I'm enjoying playing it.
I mean, it's not one for you to do the first, each level straight away, first time. It will take you a couple of tries. When you get used to where things are, there's a car coming around that corner, I know to dodge it, sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless you're really lucky.
Yeah, so it's going to take you a few attempts, get around things, know your way around. Now, I felt that the second playthrough I did was actually a lot smoother. I knew that I didn't have to get quite as close to that van to cut the door off it. I knew this time I had to brake and swing around those boxes. So, it is what it is, really. It takes practice, it takes trial and error. It's a good, solid title, I think. Yeah, absolutely. So, to give a couple of release dates of how early this game was in the life cycle of the PS2, you had the 25th of June of 2002 for North America, and you had the 6th of September 2002 for the PAL regions. Now, 6th of September 2002 seems quite late on. I seem to remember playing this, I thought it was, late 2001, early 2002 I was playing this game, but I know I did have a demo disc that I was caning constantly.
I remember that.
Yeah. Absolutely perfected the demo disc.
You pretty much did.
Yeah.
Waiting for that game to come out.
Yeah.
I mean the sequel came out in 2007, which is it's quite a long time after when you think about it.
Oh, right. What format was this?
I want to say PlayStation 3.
That's right, yeah.
But that was taken over by THQ. You know,
really?
It's in the game.
THQ.
Yeah.
In the game of the EA.
That was clever. Sequel wasn't really that good. I didn't enjoy it.
No, I must admit I didn't. I think it was too arcadey at this point. Actually, I don't think it was actually as graphically as impressive.
No, especially the years that come out as well.
Yeah.
But I prefer this one. More enjoyable, and when you come to the second, you think, I've done it. You know.
I believe that Stuntman 2 might very well come out on PS2 as well.
Oh, did it?
I think it did, yeah. Yeah, I've got it in my head, the PS2 version. Can't say why there wasn't a Wii version. You think that would have been...
That would have been better.
Perfect sense.
Yeah,
Wii,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no loss.
Yeah, there's a Wii slip up there. So the Dukes of Hazzard episode is called Whooping and Hollering, I believe. And you've got Blood Oath, which is like a John Woo style. You've got Conspiracy, which is in a spy setting, so like your Mission Impossibles, your Bourne Identity, James Bond, things along those lines. You've got Scarab of the Lost Souls, Indiana Jones, The Mummy, whatever reference you want to use for that. Live Twice for Tomorrow, obviously James Bond.
Yeah.
Very obviously. But then obviously once you've done your main meat of the story, you've got the stunt constructor mode, which as you saw there, we've unlocked little bits and pieces while we've been playing there. So it only adds up to your toy box of stuff that you can play with. And yeah, the Stuntman 2, I've got it in my head that I think it was called Stuntman Ignition, wasn't it? Am I right in thinking that?
I think that's right, yeah.
Stuntman Ignition.
Yeah.
I think Stuntman 2 just, I don't know, I was trying to picture it in my head, but now I'm picturing Stuntman Ignition. Yeah, orange cover, I think. So this sort of game here, when it came out, really only garnered average scores. So, Famitsu Magazine, I think, gave it 28 out of 40, which is average at best. Entertainment Weekly gave it 6. Entertainment Weekly. Maxim gave it 8 out of 10. And get this, For Him Magazine gave it 3 out of 5.
Oh,
brilliant. That's great.
So any, gaming magazines?
Well, not that I could find, to be honest. I was imagine Playboy gave it 4 out of 10. Readers' Wives, they loved it, 6 out of 10.
60 plus.
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, so, you've got different variation of vehicles, as we've said. Capri 3 first level, you've got your sort of Mustang style car for the second level, which handles in totally different ways. The Tuk-Tuk is a particular nightmare to drive. I think it's 3-wheeled, and that is an absolute ball ache to drive that thing. But yeah, it's good that they changed all the vehicles for the different levels. They changed up the scenery. Everything is just different enough to keep you coming back to this game. Yeah. I'm a fancier. I'm a fancier of Stuntman.
You was back then. You touched on the demo. You was on that constantly. So yeah, you knew you'd love it.
I still love it. I still love it to this day, Michael. I still love it. And I feel glad about this. There's some games that we will ponder doing, and we might stick them on and think, I don't really feel this now. Our name being ironic, Grumpy Retro Gamers, we're not. So, we actually are appreciators of retro games and gaming as art, and I feel this is art.
Yes, to me it's art,
It is, yeah.
I love seeing different textures of what every game has. We always touch on the water, don't we?
Yeah.
That's a very big important thing to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weather changes, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, massive lovers of retro games.
Yeah.
Probably why we do this.
Yeah. And it's it's good to play a game like this that's still got good playability. Yes, it increases in difficulty to the point where it gets crushingly hard. However, it's not a game which I would deter you from buying in the 21st century. I think that you know, we're in 2017, and I think that this game, if you've got a PlayStation 2 kicking around, you want a weekend's worth of entertainment. If you can get a couple of guys around playing this together, crack open a cold one, and you know,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like a lad's thing to do. Taking turns, I like to do that. Your turn sort of thing, like we used to do. You know, you can pick up £4.
is it £1?
Yeah.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
That is real cheap. £1 for this.
£1.
That is brilliant. That's such entertainment for £1 right there.
Has it got the controls in the manual?
Um,
So I couldn't find it on the game.
so basically, we're thinking that it's probably best to
Have a manual of it.
have a manual with this game. Advertising V-Rally 3 on the back, another game released by Atari. Now Atari, you probably are thinking, well, didn't they used to make hardware back in the day? No, it's not the same Atari, it's actually Infogrames became Atari shortly before this game was released. Yes, it's got all the
controls. Try to get the manual. You'll probably find it will be there when you buy a PS2 game, usually are.
Yeah.
But, I couldn't find it on the game. Couldn't find what controls is what.
No, so you've got to be vigilant that you make sure you get the booklet. Unless you played this game before and you know the controls, then feel free to pick up a copy for 50 pence, presumably, got the booklet. Craziness, absolute craziness. Now, talk to me if we were going to review this today. I feel you're going to be quite harsh critic of this game.
You reckon?
I think you are, yeah.
Yeah, I think I am too. Right, so we'll go straight to graphics.
Graph A, yes.
Right, okay. For PS2 game, disc, I'll find the discs. I am going to give it a 6.
I feel the room's got cold. I'm going to give it an 8.
Really?
That's good graphics.
Okay.
That's good graphics. Not fussy.
It's
Sounds.
the loading time. I can't feel the loading time.
That's not nothing to do with the graphics. That'd be your overall gameplay score.
Well,
It's not like loading in like a Commodore cassette.
as you know with the graphics, things just pop out of nowhere and it's like, oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah, we don't really get.
Throw your pen at it.
Yeah, God's sake, we don't really get that much with this sort of game. Sound.
Sounds, yeah, it's pretty good. So, yeah, I like the start music.
Okay. Yeah, menu
High
music.
noise. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. So 8.
An 8. Okay. 7 from me.
Sweet.
Okay.
Gameplay.
Gameplay for me is going to be a 7 because there is a frustration element there. So I feel that I could get rapidly frustrated, perhaps with some of the harder bits. What about yourself? Now, on my note, I can only think how you're going to be on this.
7.
Sorry, I think there might be an echo in the room. Are you saying 7?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
But I want to go to controls on this one. I really need to point out the controls.
Okay, we'll add a section of control score.
Yeah. I'll give it a 2 because I don't know what controls is what. However, the analog, if you've got the analog controller, I'm sure you have, I'm sure you're not using the PlayStation, turning on that is quite good, so I might stick it up to a 4.
Yes, I feel that saves the day.
Yeah, I think it
Definitely.
does.
Use the digital pad,
Yeah.
you're getting nowhere. The analog stick, very much so.
Exactly.
I'm going to bolster it with a 6.
Yeah.
Right? So, you're a 7. 7 out of 10. And I'm a 7 actually as well. Yeah. Yeah, dual 7s.
I'll say you're an 8.
You reckon? Thank you, Michael. That's much appreciated. Right, so dual 7s from the two grumpy retro gamers. That's not bad. That's not bad for an average PlayStation 2 game. Not many people remember it. Dual 7s from us. You don't actually have to play it now because you just watched us play a couple of scenes from it. So
Yeah, halfway there already.
quit in, if anything. So that's where we lie with this. As Mike said, you can find it on eBay. It's around about £1.
Yep.
I can only imagine that during development, this game was supposed to be a driver game, or at least the technology was used in Driver 3.
Yeah. I think so. The bodywork of the cars is quite similar.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and the damage is very much
And
like
the damage,
Driver. Yeah. Driver 3 is a game that I would absolutely love to cover at some point because I'm probably one of the few people in the world that really likes it.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, I liked all the driving games.
Yeah.
2 was a little hard to get on with, but that's
doing
gone straight
too
from the
much.
first one.
Yeah, it was doing too much.
Yeah.
But the third one I really enjoyed. And Stuntman, if you like Driver 3, you can thank Stuntman for paving the way for what Reflections did next, which was Driver 3. So thank you, Stuntman.
Thanks, Stuntman.
We've got any shout outs today?
Have we?
Well, I feel that we can probably do a shout out to my usuals. So
Yeah.
Mikey Hay.
Okay. Chrissy and Peace, I mean, he's really sharing our stuff. I really love that.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate that. Share this. No pressure. But
Yeah, he's sticking with us. I think the Dusty Joypad as well. He's shared some of our stuff recently, which is really great. Watch his stuff on YouTube as well if you get the time. That'd be absolutely great.
Yeah.
Share for share and stuff like that. I'd like to give a shout out to Simone Smith because she's been giving us some recommendations on games to play. Street Fighter Alpha on the Saturn. I actually appreciate that one, so I'm probably going to look into doing that. I think. Yeah, I think Street Fighter Alpha on the Saturn would be great.
Yeah, I'd love to play that.
Yeah,
Really would. Yeah.
yeah, really great.
Last moment victory, Eddie. He's reviewing our games. He's giving me some feedback. I absolutely love that. Thanks very much.
Yeah. I mean, we can do a shout out to people like Nerds. Where you buy all your retro video games. You've got the tech outlet as well, who've taken on retro in a real big way at the minute.
Very big way.
Yeah.
Yeah, really like that.
Yeah. So it's some
Keep that alive.
fantastic bits and pieces.
Of course, you've got once. All you can do is see Forbes here asking about games. I'm sure he'll point you in the right direction.
Furnish you with some retro gaming truths.
Saw some nice Saturn consoles in your window actually.
Saturn and Dreamcast in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Model 1 Saturn. Yeah, quite rare now, few and far between those bad boys.
Yeah, very nice.
I feel that Saturn seems to be resonating with us at the minute, like we might be looking into Saturn at some point.
Saturn.
Saturn.
We haven't done it for a while.
We haven't covered the Saturn, certainly not in the version 2 set either, so...
No. So, let's do Saturn. Let's do Saturn next.
Let's do Saturn next.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do Saturn next.
But what game? What game will it be? You'll find out.
Next week.
So,
Well, I think we could do a shameless plug for our social media while we're here, couldn't we?
oh, to see why not.
Yeah. If you like what you've viewed here today, give us a like, give us a share, and subscribe would be great as well.
Yeah.
And we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on all the modern social networking. Twitter.
We got the smartphones as well. So if you contact us, we can contact you straight back on
the touch screen as well.
Yeah. So just tap away. You've got a comment from us too. So talk to us, talk to you.
Yeah, we can all be popular together. That'd be great. Okay. So Twitter, you're at
Mike Langevere.
I'm at Forbes Longdon, and you can find us on Facebook. Naturally, our own personal pages. Who want to add us as mates, or you can follow our progress with the Two Broken Retro Gamers on Not Being Funny Productions, MIC Films Entertainment. That's on Facebook, and you can find us in various different corners of social networking.
If you've got us on Facebook, you'll find us on Instagram.
If you find us on Instagram, you'll find us on Flickr. If you find us on Flickr,
Flickr.
I barely am.
Not worth mentioning.
Right, so that's it for this episode, and what we'll do is we will inevitably see you next game.
See you next game.